I decided to take a look at hourly pay, the average pay per hour that most Americans who are on a wage system get. Back in 1973 is when I started. That's a long time ago, friend, almost half a century. The average wage in this country was $4.03 an hour. Okay? So I did a little calculation that we economists do. And I said, let's take a look at what you could get for $4.03 an hour in 1973 and adjust it to 2018, the last year that we have numbers for. And I adjusted how much money would you need per hour in 2018 to be able to buy the same bundle of goods that you could buy for $4.03 in 1973. And I came up with the answer. You'd need today an average, ready, of $23.68 an hour. That would be the average wage you'd need for a worker to be able to buy, on average, as much today as he or she could in 1973. $23.68. Well, what is the average wage in the United States in 2018? You needed $23.68 to be at the same place you were 50 years ago. You know what the average is today? $22.65. That's right. Average wage in America today, in terms of what it can buy, is less than what it was 50 years ago. So if you're feeling pinched, if you're feeling your economic situation is difficult, if you've had to adjust your family because living on one person's wage simply will not give you a decent lifestyle, so that your wife or your elderly parents or your children have got to go to work now too, you're right. You are living what has happened. But it's even worse. Because over the last 50 years, that the real wage of what you could buy with your income has gone nowhere, actually gone down a bit. Over that time, your productivity, that's what your labor adds per hour to what your employer produces and sells, that's gone up somewhere in the neighborhood of somewhere between 25 and 35%. So let's be real clear. Productivity, your output, what your brains and muscles add to your employer's materials, goods, and services to sell, that's gone steadily up. Productivity measures what you, the worker, give to your employer by means of your work. Wages are what the employer gives you for your work. So let's review. What the employer has been giving you for the last 50 years has gone nowhere. But what you give to the employer has zoomed up by a third. That's why there's a gap between rich and poor in the United States. Working people, their incomes have gone nowhere. But the employer class, a small minority in this country, has made out like the bandits that capitalism makes them be.